It was the year 1814. The British and Americans were back at war, the War of 1812.
A British Navy ship anchored off Fort McHenry was holding an elderly American prisoner, Dr. William Bean.
Francis Scott Key, an American attorney, and Colonel John Skinner were given American authorization to take a small sailing vessel out to the British ship to negotiate the release of Dr. Bean.
Permission to come aboard, sir? Permission granted. We have come to discuss the release of American prisoner Dr. William Bean. In return, we will release British prisoners. Well, do you have any paperwork with you? Yes, sir, we have a release from the American government. Well, I'll have to study this proposal. As you wish, sir, we will wait.
So Francis Scott Key and Colonel Skinner waited aboard the British ship.
Soon the British agreed to let Dr. Bean leave in a small boat with Key and Skinner.
The Americans were just ready to board their small boat when the Admiral stopped there abruptly.
Halt! You cannot leave. Why, sir? With all due respect, you did agree to release this prisoner. You have been aboard this vessel too long. I may have heard our plans to attack Fort McHenry tonight. But if we allow you to go back to the fort tonight, you may disclose our plan. But, sir, we haven't heard things. Nevertheless, we must take every precaution to keep our attack a surprise. You will stay on board today.
So the Americans resigned themselves to a night on the British vessel.
The battle began as darkness came. They could no longer see the fort. How they wanted to know what was happening on shore.
Their only clue was a flagpole bearing stars and stripes.
They riveted their eyes upon it, knowing that as long as it waved, the Americans were winning.
But Francis, it seems hard to see how everyone we know who's winning. Watch the flag, gentlemen. We will hope and pray that the flag of the United States continues to wave over the fort.
With every flash of bursting bombs, they peered through the darkness. They wanted to see which flag was waving.
There's too much smoke. I cannot make out the flag over the flagpole. Francis, can you see? No, I cannot see. Oh, yes, there it is. Our flag is still waving.
And so it continued throughout the night. The Americans watched fearfully for their flag through the smoke-filled skies. Occasionally, the burst of bombs lighted the sky enough to illuminate the flagpole.
When dawn came, the men were exhausted from their night-long vigil.
They waited eagerly for enough sunlight to see the flagpole.
Do you see, gentlemen? Is it there? No, I cannot see. There's too much smoke. Getting lighter now. We have to see it soon. Dr. Bean! Colonel! I see it! Our flag is still waving! Quick! I need some paper. I must write down my thoughts. Oh, yes, yes! I must write those down before I forget it. Jose, can you see? By the dawn's early light. There's a proudly ahead. Twilight, flash, gleam. These bright stripes and bright stars. The terror was high. For the ramparts we watched. Were so gallant and straight. And the rockets' great flare. The bombs bursting in air. They proved that our flag was still there. Oh, say, that star-spangled banner is yet waving. For the land of the free, the home.
Francis wrote verses 2 and 3 as they sailed back to shore. He revised the poem later that evening in his hotel room, and the next day they were distributed on handbills.
Later, it was sung to the popular tune of the times.
In 1931, Congress declared the Star-Spangled Banner as our official U.S. national anthem.
Please stand and join us as we sing our U.S. national anthem.